Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we are going to review probably one of our, I think together we both like this one pretty well.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely one of our kind of easy to find, go-to daily drinkers. Yeah. And honestly, I think this is probably the second bourbon you and I kind of shared and bonded over in that sense, with everything. I've been drinking it for a while. Long story, funny story. Actually, I didn't even realize the first time I had it, but it was actually from a mutual friend of ours on my, the night before my wedding. All the groomsmen were over at a friend's house. We're all just playing cards. He literally went and bought it because it was sitting in a tube because the old school ones used to come in tubes. And he's like, it looks awesome. And that's the only reason why he bought it. Didn't even realize that was the bottle he bought at the time. And I was like, this is fantastic. Yeah. So anyways, this is Yellowstone Select. This honestly is like what we've said before. You can find these in store picks, but really, even if you don't find it in a store pick, you're still totally fine. Because this is just such a great shelfer to have every single day. But it's 93 proofer. It's a little low than what I know I normally like to stick around, but it's still great.
And me as well.
Yeah, true. Not a whole lot on the mash bill and everything for it. I know it says on the website it's like a 4 to 7 year blend. And the MSRP for it says on the website it's like $49.99. I don't think I've ever spent that much on it. It's normally a lot less than that.
30 at the top.
Yeah, it's
30, 35 at tops.
Yeah. Maybe $39.99 or something, maybe $41, $42, depending on where you go. But I mean, honestly, I feel like if you go to Kroger, which is a local grocery store for us around here, it's around that price. It's fantastic. So
sometimes you can use them Kroger Plus points and get a better deal. Always good.
True. Always make sure you get the rewards points.
That's always true.
But also on a total side note, before I even start reviewing this bourbon, their distillery is awesome. It's a very, very small distillery. What's funny is we actually got a pick from a local club that we're both in the other day. Yeah. And you'd already left, and I sat around and talked to Steve Beam for a little bit. Yeah. And he was saying, because the last time I went there, they were doing 2 barrels a day, and now they're up to 8 barrels a day, working to get to that 10 barrel mark. Yeah. It's just such an awesome little place. Highly recommend. So it's one of my favorite little tours you can go on. So
it's definitely on my list. I mean, obviously, I think all of them are on my list.
Chill place. Their dogs are running around. It's an awesome little cool place. So, but anyways, also I had to drink my little Limestone Branch Distillery.
Oh, nice. And then a Bourbon Kingdom swag.
Yeah, that's true. Got to get that swag.
Yeah.
So, really just on the nose, it's just so straightforward with the oak and vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla is definitely the strong.
Yeah.
To me, the strong on there.
You get a little bit of caramel on this.
Yeah.
But it's the yolk on it too. I don't want to say it's a heavy charge. It's not. But you get a little bit of I don't want to say a burnt wood, but a toasted wood, just lightly singed on there. Gosh, that's great.
For a 93 proofer?
Yeah. Something cheap that we can find around here.
And honestly,
all the time.
When we went and picked up our barrel pick that we got from the other day, I had a Woodford 5 wood, one of those distillery series, and it's a 90-something proofer.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And after drinking a higher proof lately, that one kind of left me wanting. It wasn't as good as I remembered it last year.
I remember saying that.
This one still stays with you a bit. Mm-hmm. It has a little more. To me, it seems a little more complex than that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I feel like this is such a great starting bourbon because you can not in the sense of the proof or whatever, but if you're really trying to really get into finding notes and stuff, right there on the palate, you still get a lot of that vanilla and caramel and oak. A lot of these traditional notes that you hear about all the time. Get a little bit of that brown sugar kind of spice to it.
You definitely taste the oak in it.
Yes.
For sure.
And you're definitely getting, some of that is also with the youth, but this is like such a good bourbon. Honestly, like if you're going to a tasting or if you're having friends over and you're wanting to make sure like your palate's like in the right frame of mind for it, you can start off with this.
Yeah.
And this is totally going to put you like right in the right set.
And I think this, honestly, to me, it drinks higher than a 93.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it has a little bit of the it's not, there's not heat to it, but it has more heat than I'd say that 5 wood had.
Oh yeah.
And so it lets you know that you're drinking it.
I wonder if it's like on like the finish with it. I get a little bit of that spice with it, like a little bit of like baking spice and stuff. So I think that kind of comes in, which makes it feel like it's drinking maybe a little bit hotter than 93 proofer is, but it doesn't have like a crazy finish. It doesn't have anything that lasts forever, by no means. But this is just, again, like for the price point, for what it is, you hear, you hear something that's reasonably priced or whatever, and some people get upset whenever it's like, oh, well, it doesn't have this high of proof, or it doesn't have this crazy, palate to it. Well, it's not meant to be that. It's meant to be just this standard daily drinking bourbon that is, honestly, it's just great.
It's just a good, solid one.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
You pick this up, you know what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
When you take it off your bourbon shelf or whatever, you know what you're going to get. You know you're going to enjoy it. You're going to pour it, and you'll sip on it, and you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Which is what I like about it. Like, it's, if my brother, I say, comes over, like, I'd let him, although he would mix it with Coke, but it's fine.
That's your brother.
That's my brother, and that's what he does.
Sure.
I try to talk him out of
even
it.
the good stuff. Yeah. He'll mix the good stuff.
Yes, he will. We won't talk about that.
Yeah.
But
great story
it's
for another
just
time.
Great value for what you get.
Mm-hmm.
And some people don't like it at all, and that's okay. It's one of those things that we always talk about. Bourbon is complex, and some people like different aspects about it, and some people don't. But if you were looking to have a starter set of like a starter of bourbon, like this, an Elijah Craig small batch, like these kind of things that are just going to sit on your shelf, and you may not even love them, but you're going to like them enough that you'll keep going to it.
Sure, I agree,
because you'll get some things that you don't like.
Yeah,
especially starting out.
And this is one of those in that price range too. The more you drink of it, the more you'll get a little bit more. Like this last drink I had, I got a little bit of a leather taste to it, and it's that's what I want whenever I'm buying something. I want something that's not going to be I want something that has really good value on top of it's just going to be a fun, complex little drink at times.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be whatever. But, like I said, it's great. We can ramble on all day long.
Yeah.
It's great. So I definitely recommend buying one. Definitely recommend trying one if you haven't already. Definitely recommend going down to the distillery. Always also their limited edition pick they have every year.
Yeah.
It's normally great. I don't think I've ever had a bad one,
No.
by no means. So we'll end up getting that at some point in time this year too.
Whenever it comes out, we'll get it.
And review it. So, but anyways.
And this is like Yellowstone is one I have 5 or 6 bottles of different of Yellowstone in my collection.
Sure.
From barrel picks to, the special release, like those. They're good.
Yeah, no doubt. They're great.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but yeah, I guess this is a point in the video where I kind of, tell them where to find us.
Tell them where to find us.
Basically, if you already haven't, go ahead and like this video, and then go ahead and hit that little subscribe button. Make a comment or two. Tell us if you've had Yellowstone. Tell us if you haven't. Tell us if you're thinking about doing it, grabbing a bottle, whatever you want to do. Then look us up on Facebook, where you can find us at Bourbon Kingdom, where we try to, give a little bit of heads up when new releases are coming out, or when we can find something in the Kentucky, Louisville area. We try to give everybody a heads up on. So, but anyways, I think that's it.
Yeah.
So,
till the next time, we'll see you.
See you.